Hi everyone, I'm Chas. I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado. Thank you for being here today, and thank you Hometalk for having me. Today we're going to be making a bunch of different things using these dollar store rocks, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So why don't you tell me where you're watching from? This is just a flower vase, a little flower vase, and I put a bunch of those rocks in it already. And then what I did is I took this color changing solar light and I pulled the stem off, and then I just put it in there like that. And now it sits usually on my back patio, but you could have it inside as long as it receives enough light, then it will last inside your home as well. Okay, so moving on, we're going to do that kind of with a couple other ideas just to show you how easy it is. So again, just rocks inside a jar. This jar I got, you could get, things at the thrift stores or whatever. This is like a little fake milk jar that I got at the dollar store. Too many. And then I just set a solar light on top. So again, when that goes at night, that solar light's going to light up all of those rocks inside there. And really you can do this concept with just about anything. So these are regular, this is something I just wanted to show because this is really easy. This is just a mason jar. Now, lids on mason jars, for those who don't know, are pretty much, they're versatile, so they go on many. So any size mason jar can swap lids. So just because I'm using this small one doesn't mean that you couldn't use a bigger one. Okay, that might be too many. I'm going to pull a few out just in case. Okay, so this would look fine with the solar light because of the little crackly glass that is already there. But all you do is you don't need this lid anymore, so I'm going to set that aside. Pull your solar lid apart again. And then you take your solar light and you just stick it in here. That isn't Hannah or Jordan trying to reach you, is it?
Don't think so.
Okay, just making sure. All right, and I'm having trouble getting this in here now. There we go. Like that. You stick it in there. Of course, now I'm gonna have too many rocks in there. And then you screw it on. It's because it's live TV. That's always a little bit challenging.
I mean, I don't have Jordan's number, so I'm just hoping it's not her.
Ooh, it might be Jordan's number. I wonder if she's trying to... Jordan, if that's you and you're not, and we're doing something that's not reading, try calling us right back, please. We'll answer. I'm wondering if our broadcast is not going. Are you seeing any people on this broadcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like Jordan just joined, so I think we're good.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that everything's okay. So thank you for tuning in. All right. So for those of you, in case there was some technical difficulties, hopefully all is well. Jordan, if you're tuning in and you need us, you can call us again. So again, this was just a vase with rocks in it and a solar light. This was a little milk jar mimic vase, and I put solar lights with it in, and then this is just a mason jar. So again, any mason jar, they all use the same lid. So the great thing is these solar lights from the Dollar Tree, or a lot of different solar lights, just fit right inside there. You add the colored lights, and then again, it's hard to tell during the day, but that light will shine through all those rocks in there and make nice ambiance for outside or inside. Okay. If you like those, if you like solar lights, give me some likes and some hearts. And their question of today, to win a tote bag from Hometalk, is what would you make using stones? And I really can't wait to hear some of these ideas, but as I get my next project up, tell me where some people are tuning in from.
One person said they're in California, but other than that, no one said where they're from.
Oh. That makes me wonder if we're really okay.
People started commenting.
Oh, good, good, good. Okay. Thank you again for being here. Okay, so this is just a dollar store cutting board. And then I took some gaffer's tape, but you could use that decorative tape, and made a checkerboard. And then on the rocks, I just took a Sharpie and made like X's and O's so that you could play tic-tac-toe. So really simple, really easy, great for a gift idea or a travel game. And then you take it with you, because if anybody has kids who go to sports and different things, and you have other kids, these are great things to occupy your time. And then I just put it all in this mesh bag. So pretty simple, right? So if you would make something like this, please share it with somebody, because, you know, perhaps they would like to make it too. And it's really simple. And you've got something to go with you wherever you want to go. Okay. Now, moving on. How about, has anybody said anything about what they would make with the stones yet?
Yeah, we got some more where they said they're from, so I'll share some of those first.
Oh, good.
So we got Canada, Wyoming, Texas, New York, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, all over the place.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, we're going to talk about magnets now. And you can make these rocks into magnets, and you're going to make them to personalized pretty much any way you want. So I'm just going to use this as an example. This is an actual photo, but you could use a printed sheet of paper with no trouble. This is a family pet of ours. She had passed away probably almost going on 2 years now. So I'm just going to put my rock on it, and I'm going to trace it with a pen. Like that. And then I'm going to cut it out. And when I say, yeah, like just regular printed paper works just as good. So you can print pretty much any image you want. You can use, you know, people, you can use words on paper, you can use emojis, kind of whatever you're into. So there's that. And then I'm going to use Mod Podge, which is basically kind of a fancy glue. It's water-based. And I'm going to take the back of the rock, I'm just going to paint it on like that. Now it will dry clear, just so everyone knows. Then I'm going to take my picture and put it on the back of the rock. Now you'll see that it's a little cloudy in there, and that's just because it's the glue showing up right now. But the glue will dry clear. So we're going to pretend that that glue's dry already. And you can trim the picture down if you want to. You can do a lot of different things with that. And then you just get these little circular magnets. And they sell those at craft stores, or you can get them online, and you can also get them at Walmart and places like that. I'm just going to put some hot glue on it. Push that on the back. Got a little glue on the front, but that's okay. Even if I get glue on the front, it's water soluble, so it'll clean right up. So again, that cloudiness inside will go away as it dries, but that's it. Now you have a magnet. So you can make magnets of your grandchildren or your children, or you know, your favorite things, or put words in there, and I'll even show you some other ones. These are my kids as we've made these. So my daughter is a big fan of Taylor Lautner. My son is a Tom Cruise fan. Who's a Tom Cruise fan out there? Anybody? Hearts and thumbs if you like Tom Cruise. How about Taylor Lautner? Any Taylor Lautner fans? So then we made some of these other ones. These were ones for a place, I teach dance, and so these were for the place that I work, and this was just regular paper. I made these for Hometalk. They are just regular paper. These ones are acrylic paint, so they painted it in layers. So they painted the first layer, let it dry, painted the back, let it dry, and then glued that on back. So share these if you think there's somebody out there that might like to make these magnets, please. And hearts and thumbs if you're liking it so far. This one right here is nail polish. So you just take nail polish on the back of a clear one. I'll do one quick. It'll be easy. This one is really fast. And you just, this is glittery, so I'm going to do the glitter. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. And you can do as much glitter as you want. You know, and you'll let it dry maybe a little bit more than I am. And then, as that would dry, I would take my other coat and then put that on top of that, like that. This is going to be wet, so I'm going to set that one aside, but I'll flip this other one that's already dry over. Those of you who like fabric, maybe you have a favorite fabric or something, you can Mod Podge fabric on as well, but here's that nail polish one the other direction. So it's a little hard to see. Let me see if I can angle it in the light a little bit for everyone. There you go. There, now you can see the glitter. So if you like that, send me hearts and thumbs and share it with others. And this is the same thing. So with this, the same thing, you're just gonna flip it over, grab some glue, put it on the back, and stick your magnet on. That's it. These are great for lockers, for those who have kids at school and they need something at lockers and stuff. Great for kids' projects. Oh, thank you for all the, I can actually see all your hearts and thumbs right now because my daughter has the camera angled down enough that I can see them. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I'll move these aside and we'll keep going. I'm so glad you like those. We make a lot of these, obviously, so they're easy. They're great for teachers. Okay, this one I'm gonna do the best I can. Let me move my Mod Podge stuff out of the way. And some of this. There we go. All right, so for this project, you're gonna make a sun catcher. So what I did is I pulled the back off of this frame and I'm trying to figure out, can you see it best here or maybe here? I don't know. The white's a little better? Okay. So I just took the glass rocks and made a picture that I liked and set them up in the frame. And then you have some options here depending upon who's doing this project. So if it's a kid, you'll probably want to use this. This is clear school glue. Very easy to use. And what you're going to do with this is you're just going to, I'll just do it. You could use hot glue too, but I've learned not all hot glues are clear, which is really a bummer. Whoops, do I have that open all the way? There we go. So you're just going to, this one's like, there we go. Now it's finally coming out. Just fill it up. There's no right or wrong. And then drop it on the glass. You can use hot glue, just you want to make sure it's a clear glue stick. You can use E6000, but if you've got kids, this is probably the best way to go. This stuff's really forgiving. You just sit here and glue it in. I won't do all these because that'll be too long. I'm just going to do a few, and then I'll show you a few other ones that I have made along the way. So that's how simple that is. Do you guys like sun catchers? Share this with somebody who you think might like to make sun catchers. I'll show you some done examples, but again, I just want to show you how easy this is. Just all you gotta do is kind of place them, and then even like, oh, I made a mistake or it moved, you just move it around. No big deal. So again, share this with anybody you think who might like making these. Again, these are great to do if you need something for a night out with your friends or you know, projects with kids, grandkids. These are really simple and easy to do. So you get the idea. So again, that was just school glue, hot glue gun, or E6000, depending upon what you want. This would dry within about 24 hours. So I'm going to show you a couple more of those. So that was one that I'll be finishing. You can do them on a larger scale. Here's one this one's not glued either. It's got a back on it. It's a little heavy. So there's another one I made. And then the one thing I wanted to show everybody is on the back. This is one that I made for my son. His name is Colin. So I made a letter C for him and he hangs it in his room. On the back side, you just don't put the back on. You put your prongs in and then you hot glue around the back side. So I would probably do that step first. Hot glue this, then flip it over, set your sews up, and then glue your stones. This one's gonna be harder to see. This is my daughter who's taping right now. This is the letter B. It's a little harder to see. Maybe if I put it against the light, is that easier? Maybe? A little harder. Yeah, the C is probably easier. But here's the light shining through it for you guys so you can see that. So if you like that, send me hearts and thumbs. I love those. Please give me any comments you want, questions. I'll try to go back later and read those. And we will move on to the next one. Keep those ideas going for the contest, everybody. You want to win that tote bag. Everybody could use tote bags. Okay, that one's heavy. Okay. All right, next we're gonna go to this one. Now some of you guys have seen me do this before. I've just got this here to show you the idea. So again, candle holder from a thrift store. They sell them at the Dollar Tree too. This is an old sconce that I got at a thrift store. And then what I would do is take this E6000, pull it out of the container. I like to keep my directions. How many of you guys like to keep your directions? Okay, so then I would glue this on here like that, right? And I've got myself a candle holder. Well, that one's really pretty. That one I will maybe not put outside when I get finished with this one. I might make that one later. But here's one that's already glued. And I want this one to go outside because I wanted the space to be really heavy so it won't blow in the wind. But I want something nice that can sit outside. So again, going back to more of our rocks. You can use these rocks in just about anything. What's the weirdest thing you've ever used the rocks for? Anybody got any weird ones? Solar light. Might have to shake them a few times to get them in there, right? Okay, that was kind of funny. That didn't work out quite as good as I hoped, but there. So I got my rocks in there, my solar light. Again, really hard to see in the daylight. I'm sorry about that. I can try to turn my shades off again for you guys later towards the end of the show, but hearts and thumbs if you like that. I want it to be outside and ambiance to my seating area when you're sitting out in the nice summer evenings. And again, I had one blow away and break, so I wanted a nice hard base, but this one I will make, and I probably add some rocks to that too, but it might be inside my house instead. So if you like that, please share that with anyone who you think might want to make something like that. Let me see. I can always bring some of this stuff back up if I need to later because I want to have room. All right. Same idea. This was a candle holder that held taper candles. Those are the long skinny ones, if that helps. And then I siliconed this solar light into the holder. Let it sit for 24 hours. Filled the star up with these rocks, and these sit on my railing on my front porch. So when some people come up to my front porch, these are sitting there to greet them. So pretty simple, again, just taking a candle holder and adding a solar light to it, and then a few rocks, make it pretty decorative. And then again, it's pretty solid so it doesn't blow in the wind. You could do this inside if you wanted to too. So if you like that, please let me know and share with anybody else who loves solar lights as much as I do. Crazy person, I know. I'm crazy. Okay. This one is obviously just a metal utensil, pretty plain. And then what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to add these rocks to it to make it a decorative server. For like when you're serving one of your holidays or birthdays or any of those festivals. So pretty easy. I'm just going to take this E6000 and this will be it's an easy and quick. So if you ever need a quick gift idea, make a couple of these utensils for somebody. Great for, whoops, I just got glue on the table. This stuff squirts out like crazy, so make sure you do have a protective table covering, because once it gets going, it just keeps going. That one on there? Yeah, that one's on there. And again, this is getting all over my finger now. Let me wipe that off. There, that's it. Now I'm going to let that sit for 24 hours. I would probably recommend hand washing it, but it does say that it can get wet. So if you wanted to risk putting it in the dishwasher, it claims that you can do that. I would probably, for safety, just be careful if I did that. So here's a dry one. I did this one before. So this one's on here just so you can see what it looks like. They're really on there good. So again, you're at Thanksgiving and you got mashed potatoes you're scooping up, or one of your holidays, or you want to give somebody a nice wedding present that looks pretty. I don't know if anybody, I would do something like that. I don't know if anybody else would. And you give them like a, oven mittens and towels and stuff, and you got yourself a nice little gift. But I thought it looked nice, and I hope you do too. So if you think somebody else might like this idea, please share it with anybody else. This one's wet. I'm going to be careful. We'll move that one. All right. I have, I think, one more project for you. But before I do, keep going on those giveaways. And has anyone given any really weird things they use the rocks for? That you can think of? That's okay. I was just wondering offhand. One of the things I use these rocks for, well, actually I use them for so many things, it's not even funny. So, you get your flower pot in your front yard, and right now it's kind of boring in our front yard because it's winter and we can't have flowers out there because they would freeze. So I put, other things like solar lights in my flower pots during the winter months, and I just take these and I set them on the dirt. And even in the summer after I plant my flowers, sometimes I set them on the dirt too if my flowers pot looks a little sparse, and it just adds a little something to it. I also have a ceramic terracotta lighthouse in my backyard, and then I just take these rocks and I have done something like this, so imagine my lighthouse is here, and I've done like a pattern like this around it on the ground, so it's like a river. If you think you would get creative and do something like that, give me some hearts and thumbs. One of my favorite things to do with this rock, it's a big secret in my neighborhood. Well, my neighborhood knows it, but it's a secret. I give these rocks out at Halloween time. And they actually are really popular because I call them Charlie Brown rocks. So, instead of saying you have a bad costume, I was like, these are Charlie Brown rocks. Do you want a Charlie Brown rock? And all the kids get really excited about it. It's like they get a treasure. And, super cheap. You get this whole bag of rocks. This whole bag of rocks for $1. And I don't know how big all you guys' neighborhoods are, but, the kids get to pick out their own one, and they're pretty excited. And, Brielle, what did one of the girls call her house this year?
Oh, gosh.
I don't remember now. Was it epic or something?
It was a good word.
It was a good word. I felt so flattered. They're like, you're the Charlie Brown house. Everybody else says they get king-size candy bars, and I tell them we get hot apple cider and Charlie Brown rocks. Okay, coffee syrup bottle. That's what it is, glass bottle. Or you could use an old wine bottle or something like that. Doesn't matter which. I have a backup just in case. The biggest thing when you're sticking these rocks in here is to be slow and steady. And make sure you pick the smaller rocks because you don't want it to get stuck in the neck. So, bear with me. See, like that one is questionable. So, just going to be sticking those in there. This is one of my favorite projects. So hang in there while I do this. That one's too big. This one is really made my winter happier. Let's just put it that way. Maybe nobody else would like this. I thought I liked this project. Anybody else have strange things they use their rocks for that you have happened to notice? Or are you getting in on that contest? Keep sending those ideas in. Too big, too big. I just want to have enough in here, and you'll see why. I know you get the idea, but to get the full effect, you do got to have more of these in there. Ah, don't get stuck. Too big. These rocks, just so you know, sometimes they're dirty at the store. So mine are wet right now, and that's because I washed a bunch of them. It's just, the store always has dirt and dust and stuff in them. By the way, thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. I'm going to go back and read what all you guys did with rocks because seriously, I like obviously to use these in many projects. Oh, sorry. Okay, a few more and we'll stop. Okay, that's probably good. I might fill it up a little bit more, but that at least you got enough of them to see the bottom. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to this bottle. Now I need to save a little room at the top. That's probably good. Now my friend bought me one of these, and they're really pretty cool. They're called a bottle light. So what they are, my hands are slippery from the water. They're USB charged. So very cool because they're rechargeable. And you plug them in your computer or a USB charger, and then you twist them, and they turn on. So these sell for $10 on Amazon, or Walmart had them, and sometimes you can get them for less because they'll have 3 at a time or something. So at any rate, I'm going to put this on the top, and then what it's going to do, again, really hard to see in the daylight, but it's really going to light up this whole bottle and make it kind of a lamp of sorts. It's a table light for you. And this water just really amplifies that light and makes it glow. So it's really nice in the evenings. It's just really nice ambiance. Let me put some of these shades down and see if I can help gain anything for you guys. It's the middle of the day here in Colorado, so it's really hard to get dark for you guys. But maybe if I shed a couple of these, that'll help a little bit. Maybe turn some lights off. That's maybe not the best I could do. If you go look at my post, I've got it lit up at night. So Hometalk will share the link to some of these projects and my Hometalk page. And you can see all these projects there that I have made. Some of them you have to dig a little deeper for because some of these I made like last summer and different things that I recreated today. But I really love this. I really love this bottle light. So I hope you do too. I hope you'll share it with people if you like it. Please share hearts and thumbs. Okay, let's get to reviewing. Last chance on the giveaway. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button too while I'm talking this through the rest, because then you will get notified about all the lives that are happening every day, and you don't want to miss any of those because there's really good stuff there. So again, we have this solar light. Let's see if I can get any of them light up a bit. Oops, that one just pulled out because I didn't grab it right. This one's color changing, which is kind of cool. It changes colors. This one, there it is, kind of lit. And that one, this one will shine brighter up here, and the bottom's just more of a decoration. We did the tic-tac-toe, travel tic-tac-toe. This one's really simple. You can make it as elaborate as you want, of course. Get a fancier cutting board, fancier tape. I was going for inexpensive. Magnets, all these magnets with nail polish, fabric, paint, pictures, magazines, words, whatever you want. This one's so big you can just do just about anything with it. We also did the sun catchers, a little hard to see against the table. And then we did the utensils, and we did the bottle light. Let me move that out of the way. We talked about giving Charlie Brown rocks away at Halloween and all that fun stuff. So I hope you liked what we had here today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And tonight, there's another live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, I will be back at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. No, next week I'm on Monday. Next week I'm on Monday at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 11 my time. 1 o'clock on Monday. Sorry about that. Okay. So, has Hometalk picked a winner yet? Mm-hmm. Okay, who's our winner?
Christy Perkins.
Well, congratulations, Christy. go. Woo! And thank you again for being here. I hope you like these projects. I hope you'll share them with some people and make them. Have a fun crafting day with your friends or your kids and grandkids or whoever you might craft with, or even if you just like to do them on yourself, because I do this kind of stuff by myself all the time. But thank you for being here, and I will see you next Monday at 1 Eastern Standard Time. And tonight there's another live at 7 you won't want to miss. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.